Hey everyone, guess what we have today for review? We have the all-new exciting Samsung Fold 5, the latest iteration of Samsung's foldable phone. This is Gizmonk and welcome to the channel. So the new Fold 5 is here, and has Samsung done justice to it? Before we get into it, a small request to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. You get the latest tech reviews, tips and commentary here. That aside, let's roll into the review. Foldable phones are no longer a concept. Even though Samsung has a head start, several competitors have started catching up and even in some cases surpassing them. It's not long time since we had done the Fold 4 review. So what are the most significant changes this time and who should buy this? Well, for those of you who already have the Fold 4, you need not worry about upgrading since there hasn't been too many drastic changes. But having said that, people who are looking to get hands-on the first foldable from Samsung has exciting news. The latest top-of-the-shelf processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, a redesigned and improved hinge mechanism, and improvements in the camera all make this still a desirable foldable. Let us look at the design first. It is thinner and lighter than the previous Fold 4, but has still the ample weight at 253 grams and the typical, Samsung narrow form factor or the aspect ratio. And hence it is easy to hold. But Samsung looks like getting more and more alienated with this narrow design. You can see a lot of customer acceptance nowadays for the usual smartphone screen size to be the front cover screen, like the pixelfold, oneplusopen and Honor V2. Extra, all these phones have wider screen than Samsung. So the major change this time is the new hinge mechanism which now folds the phone flat. There's no gap and that awkward angle in the last Fold 4. It also helps the phone to different angles and closes with that smooth and silent touch. It is IPX8 water resistant, so that helps you submerge in water for some time. And the back part looks like frosted glass, and this bluish color is really classy. The other color that you have is the gray. One small niggle that I felt was the accidental volume presses while reaching for the power button. And the fingerprint on the power button is really quick and reliable. Now, the dominating element and the most distinguishing feature of this phone are the two screens, the cover screen and the massive 8-inch main screen. When you open it to the fullest size, it really is that optimum tablet form factor, ideal for content consumption. The cover screen is as the same size as the previous Fold 4 size, 6.2-inch OLED, 120Hz refresh rate screen. The main screen is 7.6-inch, reaching close to 1750 nits in brightness and 120 Hz refresh rate with HDR10+. Colors are not too saturated like the typical Samsung OLED, but it's much more natural looking and more accurate colors, which is good. And I need not tell the obvious thing how the big screen transforms your multimedia consumption experience and gives gaming a whole new boost. Games such as Snooker, Asphalt 9, Genshin Impact were all a pleasure with the mini tab sort of a feel to play. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the crease. I'm disappointed that it is still the same as Fold 4. With oneplusopen, their new foldable, Oppo Find N3 and Honor Magic V2, with effectively no crease at all, Samsung looks like a technology laggard behind the Chinese phones in terms of innovation in iterations. But as I have said in my Fold 4 review, you tend to forget the crease once you start using the phone. It also has stylus support with the new S Pen. I'm not happy with the way Samsung is pricing these accessories. If you want consumers to adopt your technology, then make it affordable, Samsung. Also, you can't use the stylus on the cover screen. The new identity of this phone was the productivity enabled by the software, the big screen and stylus. The taskbar that Samsung had brought in earlier folds have been tweaked and polished. You now have support for up to 4 apps multitasking. You can drag the second and third programs like this and adjust the windows according to your liking. You can also minimize the app to a bubble and move it around and continue where you left off. The Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 processor, the 1 TB storage and 5 memory all makes these apps really snappy, and I didn't notice any lag. Most major apps have been optimized for the large folding screen. Instagram optimized is a big relief, since in the Fold 4 it was looking very ugly with the black thick bezels on the sides. Other apps like YouTube, Facebook, Calendar, Spotify, a lot of apps have all been optimized with controls leveraging the half folding setup with the folding apps adjusting in the real time. But this is one area that the competitors have caught up, like the oneplusopen. They have also optimized the software amazingly in terms of productivity and optimization. Even though the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 has been unveiled recently, this Generation 2 is still the best you can get now, and as I said, performance is significantly better than the previous Fold 4. Samsung says the temperature management has also been improved. Samsung has also confirmed that the operating system, which is Android 13, will get 4 generational upgrades and 5-year security patches, which is good. Now, in terms of the speakers, they are not bad. It has good vocals and treble, but lacks a bit of bass, but it's loud and clear. It also supports wireless 25-watt charging, but as usual, the charging brick is not included in the box. Camera-wise, there is a 50 megapixel main f1.2 optical image stabilization camera, 10 megapixel 3x zoom, f2.4 optical image stabilization, and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide f2.2. Photos are not bad, but the camera under the display, which is hidden, is average when you open the screen, but better than in the last Fold 4. You can take 4K videos, but I felt it was a bit darker and a little bit contrasty. Video stabilization is also good. But hey Samsung, if this is your most expensive phone, why don't you give us the S23 Ultra camera setup here? Hope you get that right in the Fold 6. Well, the most interesting thing with this phone is the ability to fold and take photos at angles you never thought of with your usual camera phones. The foldable form factor also helps you take the selfie with the main cam with the cover preview on, so you can take it from, you can see how how you see the camera with the viewfinder. Vloggers will find this feature very useful, since they can see how they are talking to the camera. Voice quality is good, but battery life is not so super. It has a 4400 mAh battery, which makes the screen on time close to 5 to 6 hours. It's a slight bummer for people who looks at this phone for more of a productivity work. So summarizing, if you ask me, is it worth upgrading from Fold 4? It's not, since you can get most of it in the old Fold 4. But if you need a better hinge, a better processor, then go for it. For others who want a new Samsung foldable, you won't be disappointed. But Samsung is definitely feeling the heat from the competition. Honor Magic V2 has an amazingly thin size even when folded. It comes only to iPhone Pro Max 15. And has a wider cover screen, and so does the oneplusopen and Oppo Fold Entry. They all have very wider aspect ratio cover screen, so you can use the phone closed as a normal phone. The perfect foldable for me would be the oneplusopen with Honor Magic V2 size and thinness and Samsung's software tweaks. And competitive phones are also lighter. Let's say, see the 253 gram versus 239 gram compared to oneplusopen, and thinner like the Honor Magic V2. If you are a person who uses the phone majorly for productivity, this would be a good choice for you. even the polar opposite. I mean, if you want a better movie multimedia experience as well, you can't go wrong with the Samsung Fold 5. Having said that, this is the best Galaxy Fold that Samsung has made. It is expensive and not for everyone, but it does make sense for people who really know that they will be better off with a foldable phone. I hope Samsung catches up and leapfrogs in the competition in foldables in the next Fold 6. So that's it everyone, hope you liked the video. Do like and subscribe. Please do comment your thoughts or any questions you have. So until we see in next video, this is Junaid signing off for Gizmo.